never forget that Britain is a great country with a history we can be truly proud of. Our culture, language, and inventiveness has shaped the modern world. At such moments, I acknowledge with satisfaction the loyal readiness with which we have made provisions for the peoples of our empire. The starvation of anyway underfed Bengalis was less serious, particularly as Indians breed like rabbits.
Hello chaps, you alright? Hello. Obviously we've had a plot reports and we'll have a here, yeah, all the legitimate.
Britain is a great country with a history we can be truly proud of. Our culture, language, and inventiveness has shaped the modern world. At such moments, I acknowledge with satisfaction the loyal readiness with which we have made provisions for the peoples of our empire. The starvation of anyway underfed Bengalis was less serious, particularly as Indians breed like rabbits. I don't want to try to insert Britain in some leading role where, as with so many of the world's problems, we are responsible for the issue in the first place. I now know Britain's rise to global preeminence was partially dependent on a system of colonial slave labour.
Saying, degrading,
We should
defacing the statue, concerned explosives have been strapped to her. We're going to have to ask you to stick around, we're going to have to ask you to take it down. And gaffer taping a loud hailer to Queen Victoria, we're doing it
It
to
is
face
hard
that
to
statue.
believe that what would now be a crime against humanity was legal in my time. Liberty for ourselves, empire over the rest of mankind. Yes, it is an awful moment to have to give up one's innocence. Let me caution again to say as little as you can on these subjects. Was I wrong in saying that the English took their very peculiar rights, which we thought was the most natural thing to do? The days of Britain having to apologise for its colonial history are over. We should talk, and rightly so, about British values that are enduring, because they stand for some of the greatest ideas in history: tolerance, liberty, civic duty, that grew in Britain and influenced the rest of the world. When we went there, they had no sense of sin at all. It is indeed too hard and dreadful what we have to go through. What I said of pride is very fine, but I own I cannot enter into that. I think much more of our being like a stubborn nation. It is most odious, but they have spread reports that our efforts of bettering the situation of these people did not do well. We have not before been officially notified, and we may plead ignorance. What made me so miserable was, by what right did we use the poisonous drug to injure the Chinese people, even though we may not necessarily intend to do harm, yet in coveting profit to an extreme, we had no regard for injuring others. Let us ask, where was our conscience? An unhappy condition, liberty for ourselves, empire over the rest of mankind. Yes, it is an awful moment to have to give up one's innocence. Let me caution again to say as little as you can on these subjects. I am very anxious they should know as little as possible about the inevitable miseries. Because if our ancestors had cared for the rights of other people, the British Empire would not have been made. Yet it is really very unfortunate. I am very sorry indeed. And we ought to do everything to make up for what, after all, we alone are the cause of.